mind. Give me some directions to get to you. To get to you, ain't gonna waste my time. I know that we got connection, I think about you. You're on my mind, on my mind, on my mind. Yeah, I'm going out of my mind, out of my mind, out of my mind, yeah. For you, my love, you drive me crazy, tell me what to do, what to do. I'm on my knees, yeah, I am begging you, begging you. I'll break the rules if it will get me to, yeah. Some directions to get to you, to get to you. Ain't gonna waste my time. I know that we got connection, I think about you. For you, my love, you drive me crazy, tell me what to do, what to do. I'm on my knees, yeah, I am begging you, begging you. I'll break the rules if it will get me to, yeah.
You and me stuck on the ocean now, nothing but waves and they're spilling in. I wanna dry up but you just keep on going, don't you? I don't even know how we got here, all my reasoning have disappeared. I wanna bury the hatchet and find the way back to our home, our home, our home. We don't have to drift inside this dome. I will not let us fade away. It's not a price I wanna pay, and it's not too late. No, we lost our purpose, chasing all that surplus. You were all that I need. I feel that we can break free. We can still go back there to a place with no cares. We can turn this ship around. We can turn this ship around all the way back home. Could be ourselves, didn't have much but nevertheless we were true to each other, but now we don't even bother. I remember you being hopeful, but the tall waves have worn us down, and slowly we are drowning. That's why you need to come with me, with me, with me. Turn around 180 degrees and cross the sea. I will not let us fade away. It's not a price I wanna pay, and it's not too late. No, we lost our purpose, chasing all that surplus. You were all that I need. I feel that we can break free. We can still go back there to a place with no cares. We can turn this ship around. We can turn this ship around all the way back home. Chasing all that we do not care. Chasing all that we don't have. Chasing all that we do not care. We do not all the way back home. Chasing all that we do not care. Chasing all that we don't have. Chasing all that we do not care. We do not. I always knew we could do so many great things. So believe in me, I believe in you, and I just feel that this will be an upswing. So hear me out. No, we lost our purpose, chasing all that surplus. You were all that I need. I feel that we can break free. We can still go back there to a place with no cares. We can turn this ship around. We can turn this ship around all the way back home. Chasing all that we do not care. Chasing all that we don't want. Chasing all that we do not care. We do not all the way back home. Chasing all that we do not care. Chasing all that we don't want. Chasing all that we do not care.
All right. Oh, gosh, it would help if I put some lights on. You can see me. Oh, I see some familiar faces. So good to be here. I'm live now on Instagram. So good to have y'all. Let me know that you can hear me, see me, and all is good. Tom, I see the thumbs up. We'll take it. How you doing, Tom? So good to be here. So, let me just look at this. I'm testing all kinds of new things. Let's see. Oh, that's not what I want. Good morning. Here we are. There's this one. So I'm testing new things because I've got some things coming up that I want you all to know. But hey, I've got literally like 60 minutes to answer your questions, 60 minutes to have a conversation, 60 minutes to see what we can do. I want to touch on a couple of things that that kind of set the stage of some of the things that we just need to be aware of in that. I want to just pull the data up. Okay. This week's going to be an interesting week. So it should have come out. Yeah. So the CPI, consumer inflation, came in at 3.3%, which is pretty much what was expected. Well, that means that it's gone up just a touch. We actually think that people are talking about a whole thing of we may settle in at about 3.5% for a little while, which is scary because they're trying to get us to 2%, which means that there may not be interest rate cuts in our future, which we're hoping for because that will make things a little less expensive. But right now, I don't know what's going to happen with it, but we're just going to have to kind of roll with it at this time. So you can't tell what the Fed's going to do. They started the year saying 4 to 5 interest rate cuts. It got down to 2. Now it's possibly 0. Who knows? Here's the thing. We're just going to play the game. We're going to continue to play the game. Selena is on. So good to have you here. So we're just going to continue to play the game because if you're doing the right things right, if you're using the right principles financially, if you are running and using the right frameworks and all of those things, it actually shouldn't matter. It should, like, I'm seeing myself jumping. Hopefully that goes away. So It shouldn't matter. The strategy you use shouldn't be a strategy that is based upon the season. It should be a strategy that works during good times, bad times, and soft times. And so we want to make sure that that happens. Now, we've actually had a pretty good year, because if you look at the S&P 500, the Dow Jones, and NASDAQ for the year to date, we're sitting here at May. Call it that the first third of the year, if you will. The first third of the year, the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ have all been up over 10%. Okay. Does that mean that it's going to be 30% this year? Who knows? We got an election coming up. Don't get me started on that. So we have an election coming up. Who knows what's going to happen during that time? But we know that it's been a good first third of the year. 10% up on both. The Dow is the Dow 30 is up about 5% since the beginning of the year. So by any measurement, it would have paid to be in the market during those times, because now we're getting a chance to participate in. And this goes kind of to the conversation around the fact that you gotta be in the game to win the game. You gotta get on the field. And too often we're sitting back and saying, well, maybe it's going to come down. It's at a high. And you know what? It is going to come down. We just don't know when. We don't know how far, and we don't know how long. Okay. But we can absolutely guarantee it's going to come down, because that's what markets do. Okay. But they also recover. The market has never not recovered. It always recovers. So if we're looking at things through the lens of investing long term, then we get in the game, we stay in the game, and we keep in the game. If you're trying to trade, which is a different conversation, and I do both, then you're playing the ups and downs and the emotions of the market. Which is fine, but just know what you're doing. Just know what you're doing. It's that whole scene from Raiders of the Lost Ark. You know, you don't bring a sword to a gunfight. Okay, have the right tool for the right process to make it work. So we've got some data coming out. CPI came out this morning. You got the consumer confidence coming out. You've got the PPI, the producers price index coming out. So we got some data that's going to start to give an indication of where things are for this last little bit, this last month. And that might give us an indication, are the Feds going to do anything? Now, if you talk to any of the Feds, they're all over the place. There's one of the Feds just came out and said he expects an extended time of higher rates to stabilize the markets. Well, that's not so good. We don't want that. But I get it. The thing is that that's why I'm sitting back saying, let's not worry about what's going on with the Fed. The whole idea when it comes to financial freedom, financial peace, to really take control of our money, is we control the controllables and we prepare for the things that we can't control. That's all we can do. And so that's kind of the place. So here's the deal. Tomorrow, Tuesday, marks 4 weeks. 4 weeks before this baby's coming out. All right. Building Your Money Machine, my new book, will be out June 11th. So I've got a lot of stuff going on. If you have not pre-ordered your book, you can. If you have not pre-ordered your book, you can. You can go to yourmoneymachinebook.com to do it. This is not I guess it is an advertisement, but here's the deal. Let me just be really straight. I want you to buy the book, but buying the book, it's not going to help you. It's going to help me maybe hit a list. It's going to help the possibility of it's going to put a few bucks in Jeff Bezos' pockets. But let's face it, he doesn't need another dollar or two. Okay. Reading the book, that's going to soothe you. It's going to give you hope. It's going to give you promise. It's going to give you the possibility. But that doesn't help you either. It doesn't change your life. Here's what I need you to do. I want to make sure you get the book, but I want you to do the book. I want you to do the book. I want you to do the things in the book. And so one of the things that I just added to the bonuses, to the page for those that pre-order and do this, is I created a, hold on, a companion action guide right there for you. That's going to go along with the book so it helps you execute it, because if I can get you to do the book, I'm going to change your life. Going to change your life. Okay, that's the reason that I did it. The other thing that I added in here is that we'll get this out after June 11th when you have the book in the hands. For those that want to do a book club, you can do a book club. I've got a whole guide of what to do with a book club. How do you set it up? All the questions for each of the chapters. And if you have enough of a group doing the book club together, let me know. And maybe, just maybe, I'll make a guest appearance. We'll answer some questions and support the book club. So the key is this, is I want you to do the book, because by doing the book, we're going to change the trajectory of your finances. Okay. So, yeah, Tom, it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. So, all right. So let's do this. I've got some people on Zoom. I've got some people on Instagram, and on Zoom. I'm broadcasting across to YouTube. I am broadcasting across to Facebook and LinkedIn and all of that. So if there is anything that is coming up for y'all, let me know. Let me know. I want to answer some questions. This is being published on social media. Yes, it is. I'm actually pushing through to Instagram from my phone right here. Okay. But I'm also pushing this through to Facebook and YouTube, and LinkedIn. Okay. So that's what's going on. All right. Looks like Jessica's got her hand up. Hold on a second, Jessica. I'm going to do something because I am testing some things out here. You're going to see a notice that says that I'm live streaming, which I am, but that's okay. And then I want to see if we can bring you on. I'm going to have to switch profiles to do this. All right, let's see if I can switch profiles to do this. And Jessica, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right. You I don't know if you have a camera or not, but that's all right. Let's see.
Yeah, half the time it works for you, and half the time it doesn't. So I don't know why it doesn't like yours.
I know. I can see. No, it's not working right now, but that's okay. We'll do it audio. We'll do it the old-fashioned way. We'll do it via audio.
Awesome. Okay. So I laugh. You're talking about the investing. I haven't even really thought about that. So I guess my question for today is really just thinking about retirement and thinking about, which account should I start with? Because, if I was just going to start something today just to say I, considered it, what should I do?
So now this is a great question. So the question is, where do I start? If I was going to start something today, here's the thing. And I'll get to the specifics here in a moment, but it's important for us to make all of our investing and financial decisions in the context of the vision we're trying to fulfill, the life we're trying to create. And all of the decisions that I make are based upon one of the frameworks that's in the book called the Wealth Priority Ladder. And basically what it's telling us to do is, what are we doing with each dollar when it comes in? So like one of the first things that I would ask is do you have any kind of consumer destructive debt And do you have your peace of mind fund set up?
And so the answer would be no debt, and the answer would be peace of mind, and like regular account are the same right now. So I know that's not something I've created yet. It's just a matter of, I
But
think about how.
you have the liquidity.
Yeah. I mean, it wouldn't be a lot. I mean, I was just thinking if I wanted to do something with a couple grand a day to start retirement, what kind of account? Like I know I keep hearing about these IRAs, so it's like, is that
I
what I should do?
understand that, but we're putting the cart in front of the horse first. Safety
Yeah.
first, growth second. If you don't have the liquidity to sustain yourself in a downtime, or if something happens, then it's not the time to start investing.
Okay, so there's investing, but isn't a different account? Is that still really investing? Something as simple as like a Roth
That is
or an
investing, because
IRA?
you're going to put it into a Roth and have to invest it.
Okay, evidently I don't really know what a Roth is then. I was thinking
let's just talk about that. Okay. When we put money into a Roth, okay, when we put money into a Roth, it is a retirement account that you can't, Roth has got a nuance, but typically assume when it goes into a Roth IRA, an IRA, a 401k, that you're not going to get access to it without penalty or tax until your retirement age. Okay.
Mhm.
And there's two steps to it. You fund it, then you invest it. Sometimes people think that when you fund it, that's all you do. But no, you got to tell it where to invest. Okay. Basically, putting it into a Roth is simply dressing it up for the party. But then we got to go to the party. Go to the party is investing. So, and the reason I'm telling you to be aware of it is that if you put money in, okay, which is fine, but you need the liquidity because something happens and you try to take money out, you're going to get penalized. Okay. Now with a Roth, you can take your contributions out without penalty, but then you lose the benefit of the Roth. The beauty behind the Roth IRA is that it will grow 100% tax-free. And when you take the money out at retirement, it will be completely tax-free. That's the beauty behind it. In fact, it is so powerful that the government limits the amount of income you can earn to be eligible to use it. So my thing, the way I look at it is, I want your liquidity in place first. And if we don't have any debt, but we have, let's say you have 3 or 6 months worth of liquidity, then what we can do is we can start looking at where to put the money. And there is a hierarchy of where to invest. The first thing I want you to do is I want you to get whatever free money is left on the table. And here's what I mean by that. If you work for a company that does an employer match, like you put 3% in and they'll match the first 3%, that's free money. Take the free money. If you don't and you're self-employed and the only thing you have is, and you don't have a solo 401k or anything like that, then we're going to start with some sort of IRA, okay? If your income is down low enough, I'm going to tell you to start with a Roth IRA. That Roth IRA, you'll fund it, but then you have to invest it. That's the second step. The easiest thing to do for most people at the very beginning is, and I talk about this in the book, is a target date fund. I actually give you the whole process in the book. Is a target date fund, because it's less decisions, it's less complexity, it's low fees. You can put it in and they'll manage it for you in that process. So if I were at that stage of investing and your income was low enough below the thresholds, then I would start with a Roth. But remember, you don't want to touch it until retirement age.
Okay. And so I guess, I know we've talked about liquidity. Is this the 6-month thing, Mel, or is this something else?
I say 9 to 18 months.
Okay.
And if you are in a situation where you are the sole income earner, and you have people and bills that are depending on you, you're gonna push it, 12 to 18 months. If you're sitting back and say you have you have a second income, you have other income streams, then you might push it down to the 9 months. So it's a guideline. It's not dogmatic saying, no, you got to have that. It's facts and services. If I'm younger and I have more runway to try and to build income, I might push towards the 9 months. If I'm older, like I am, and I might start slowing some things down where my income may slow down, then I might push it towards the 18 months because I need liquidity. It's a guideline. The key is this. It's called a peace of mind fund because I want you to have the peace of mind should something sustained long-term happen, like my cancer or some sort of legislative change, some sort of economic downturn that's prolonged. We want to make sure that we're trying to cover. We're not trying to cover 30 days. We're trying to cover the long term on this, and to give you that peace of mind to know you can pay your bills, you can put food on the table, you can take care of your loved ones, and that you're good for a period of time.
Okay. Because I know I asked last time about how much, like, for my business to pay myself. I know you told me as much as I needed, but as little as I have to. So I guess the question is, where does the peace of mind come in? Like, how much am I deciding each month to decide goes to me, how much stays like with the business, and then how much goes into peace of mind?
Say that again. You cut out for a second.
Oh, I was trying to decide. So, I mean, at the end of the month, so I know how much my business has made, how much of that money should stay in the business account, how much should go to my personal account, like as my, paycheck, and then how much should go into peace of mind.
So, without going deep into your business, I can't tell you exact percentages. But the bottom line is, the sooner you have the peace of mind fund funded, the sooner that's off the table and you move to the next stage. Okay. So you already said I have no consumer debt, and congratulations on that. So you don't have destructive debt that's eroding your ability to earn and grow. Let's get what I would do is start putting, you've got your money coming out of the business that's paying your bills. You have additional money that you want to keep in the business for at least a couple months worth to keep the business running. Then at the remaining amounts, I would split it and say, you're going to use it some for peace of mind fund, get that thing built. Then the rest will go towards your future. And I would probably start, depending on your income, like I said, at a Roth IRA. If your income's even greater than that, you might want to look at a solo 401k. But that's a lot more discussion around that.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Mel.
You got it. Keep crushing it. All right. Let's see who else we got. I'm going to go into the chat and see, because I see a few things. Tom, let's bring that. I'm just going to bring this up. My son is a recent college graduate, and he's just now starting a new job. What advice can I give him about his benefits, his 401k, etc.? Tell him yes, get involved. So here's what I want him to do. Depending on his life situation and everything, I want him to at least make sure he's capturing whatever free money the employer's giving him. If they're doing a match, he has to start with the match. It's free money. If I came in there, hey, Ash, it's so good to have you on. If I came in there and was dropping $100 bills, I'm betting he would want to pick them up. So his employer is dropping $100 bills if they're matching. The only difference is that he's got to drop a $100 bill on top of it, pick up 200. And so that what I would do, that forgetting the other benefits in the benefit package, like medical and all that stuff, but strictly the retirement, I would have him max out as much as possible while he's building that peace of mind fund. He's one, stay out of debt, build a peace of mind fund, max out that 401k as much as possible, and start it. If the 401k, two things. If it has a match, take the match. If the 401k has a Roth element to it, because some of them do now, then he may want to participate in the Roth side of it. He will not get a tax deduction for it, but he will be able to bypass the income limits for Roth, and he'll be able to put more into it than you would if you did it outside, because the max right now is $7,000. In a 401k, depending on your income, it's up to $23,000. So those are the first things that I would look at. And I would try to, and I get it. He's going to say, well, I finally got a job. I want to go get the car. I want to go live my life. Allocations and a plan. Okay. And the reason we have the plan in place is to avoid temptation. And so it's really important for us to think in advance and say what really matters and not allow temptation to be driving the horse and buggy here. Cool. Thanks, Tom. Always good questions. Tay, she got a question here. Let's see. What does it say? We have decided to sell a revenue property with a vendor take-back mortgage within an arm's length. How do we structure it so there is essentially little change except for the pieces of paper? Tay? Huh. Tell me more. So this is a legal question. Bottom line is there's a couple things. I'm going to tell you, you need to get legal counsel on this because this is a real estate transaction that you're going to want documented and protected. And it's going to be based upon the state law in which you reside. And whether you want to or not, things are going to change because there's a transaction. Now, if you're talking about you want to make sure that it's doesn't change much for the tenant, doesn't necessarily have to change for the tenant. It might change the way where they write the checks and all that stuff. But this is a transaction that you as much as I'd love to guide you on it, in order to guide you on it, I'd want to see the whole thing. Plus, it's a legal deal that you need to have legal guidance on and make sure that that is documented in a way that you're protected. Because there are things that happen. You are selling a property, you're taking back a mortgage. So you are doing the financing, if you will, on it, and you become the bank. So you have the property, that's the collateral. You have the loan that needs to get paid. You need to make sure that you have default rights in there and all these protections in there. I'm going to tell you that you really need legal counsel on that. Okay. There's too many things that can go wrong if you don't do that right. Okay. Brandy, this is more specific to the program, one of my programs. Let me just tell you, because this is more of a conversation. Let me see if I can answer that one offline. The reality is this. There is another way to calculate it in which we start to inflation adjust the numbers. So the program, when we're doing this, we're just trying to get to a ballpark. It's not precise. It never will be precise, even if you try to use a precise program. So the gap calculations are in today's dollars versus future dollars. All you got to do is look at the inflation factor that you're assuming and how long you're assuming it for, and then adjust those numbers. I have a template that allows you to do that, that I can make that you should have available to you to make that happen. Okay. I'm driving, so I can't chat, but what is the max for a SEP contribution? I have an S corporation, take a small salary. Let's just put this up there. and so let's just look at that. So typically it's 25% of your compensation. And if you're talking about this year, I lost the question again. Let me just bring it back up. It's 25% of your salary, 25% of income. So here's the thing. If you're an S corporation, it's going to be 25% of your salary. If you are a sole proprietor, it would typically be the income. Maximum for 2024 is $69,000 in doing that. Okay, so that's kind of the generic answer. Once we look at more details, the bottom line is 25% is the number, and it's 25% of comp. Okay, especially in an S corporation. So you're taking a salary check out, and you'll have the ability to do that. Now, you might also want to ask the question, does it make sense to keep a SEP in place, or should I be considering going into a solo 401k or some other plan that might have a little more flexibility and some other thoughts in there too? Okay. Great question. Don't know. It says iPhone, so I can't call you by name, but I'll call you Mr. iPhone because I can see you driving. Drive safe. All right. Tay is asking this. This is a great question. What criteria do you use to choose an index fund? Can you do two for a blended 60-40? Is there a better choice with an interactive broker versus Wealthsimple or other? Okay. Oh, it's Jackie from Newport. All right. So here's the thing. When we talk about index fund investing, we have the opportunity to do one fund, two funds, three funds, or four funds. I mean, we can do more. But typically, if you look at index fund investing, you're in 1 to 4 funds. The reality is that we're not analyzing the funds in a tremendous amount of detail, but there are criteria. I talk about a 9-point checklist. I'm actually doing, in fact, what I'd love for you to do, Tay, if you are available, on May 22nd, so it's a little over a week away, I am doing a specific training called Effortless Wealth, that I break down some of the things about investing and everything. And if you're those that pre-order my book will get access to a separate 5-part course that it's a mini course called Investing Simplified. And I literally in that course will walk you through. I literally will go online and say, here's Morningstar. I'm looking at this tab, looking at this, and I give you a cheat sheet, and I say, this is what I'm looking for, and this is why I'm looking at it. Okay, so it's a more detailed answer, but I literally walk you through step by step. What are the accounts? What are the assets? How do I look at them? What's the research? And what are the things that drive it? Okay. And we'll get it. So yeah, would you have a replay? We're not necessarily doing replays. We're doing these once a month, at least for now, and everything. So I'm looking at EMA 70 and EMA 160 and 3.5 year. I'm not even sure what that stands for, Tay. Okay. Tom Martin, what's the details regarding the Effortless Wealth Masterclass? I will push some of the details out. I will make sure you're on the list, but it is May 22nd. I'm doing a 9 a.m. class and a 5 p.m. class, Pacific California time. Literally to break some of this stuff down, talk about the 8 steps to investing, talk about the myths, break the myths, give you some realities about it. and all of that. If you want to get access, you would think I would be prepared for this and have a link for you, which I think. Let me just see if it works. I mean, leave it to Tom to. Effortless wealth. I think that works. Is it? Nope. All right. I'll get you the link, Tom, and I'll make sure that I send it out. See, I'm a great salesperson, huh? I hadn't, because we weren't talking about it until later this week. But yes, we have a masterclass coming up. Thank you, Amazing at Ultra. It was so much fun to be there. The masterclass. If you're on Instagram though, and you type in effortless, it should get you to the registration page for that. It's free. It's free. It's a free masterclass that I am doing. Oh, Scott Lawrence, he picked it up. He just dropped it. He just dropped the link in. So, thank you. Denise, what? Let's see. I'm a single family home rentals in Nevada. The places I have contacted in regards to asset protection recommended using a land trust and LLC for my properties in other states. I only have LLCs. I know laws vary widely by state, but can you share any general thoughts on the usefulness of land trusts? I don't use so. Yeah, I mean, land trusts are one way to protect the assets. You gotta understand that the other side of it is the land trust is a specific kind of trust that will protect assets, but at the same time, it's important to understand how they are treated in the state that they're trying to form it. And I don't know where they're thinking of forming it. What I would love for them to do, if they could do that, is to draw it out for you so we have the chance to look at what it looks like in the flow. What owns what? The LLC owns the land trust owns the LLC. How are they trying to do that? And see what that does, and what states are they talking about doing that in, and how does that affect the fact, like if I create an entity in say Nevada, but I'm doing some business here, or the property is here in California, I'm going to register in California anyways because I'm required to. It may give some legal shielding, but it isn't going to give me tax benefit. It is not going to. So we got to be mindful of how that works. Okay. I'd love to have them. I kind of give you that flow chart of how the structure is, so we can look at it and what are what states are they talking about doing it in? Because you have properties in Nevada. Are they talking about land trusts in another state, and why that state, and how does it interact with Nevada state law? Okay. I'm back listening again. I want to set up my kids' Roth. Do I just go to example for Fidelity and open it up? All right. So here's the thing on this. Are the kids underage? And you say kids, but I still look at my 34-year-old son as my kid. So if they're underage, let's say 18, below 18, 11, 23, and 26. Okay, so the 23-year-old and 26-year-old, they can set up individual Roths. 16-year-old, 11, 13, and 16. Changes the game. Okay, so all of them are below legal age. So what you're going to want to do is go in, and you can do it at Fidelity. If you already have a relationship with Fidelity or Schwab or Vanguard, you'll set up what's called a custodial Roth. Okay, a custodial Roth, and it's a special type of Roth account for minors that will allow them to contribute to it. Now, in order to contribute to it, though, remember, a Roth is great, but the only way you can contribute to a Roth or an IRA is that you have to have earned income. So when I did this for my son, I was paying him. He was paying tax on that money. Well, he wasn't because he was below the thresholds, but he had earned income, which qualified him to contribute to the Roth. So you need to make sure that they have earned income. Otherwise, they're not going to be able to contribute to the Roth. Now, if you're paying them out of your business, that's great. Pay a market rate of wages or income, based on their age and what they're doing. So you can pay them from the business. So now they can have earned income, and they can use that to qualify to get into a Roth and do it that way. But what you would do is open up a custodial Roth. And I did, and something I did with my son is when he contributed to the Roth, I would match it. Now you could match it 100%, 50%, 20%. But what I wanted to do is incentivize him to invest and have him do that in that regard. So that's what I would look at. All right, Chris Andale, what's up? So good to see you here. My kid just graduated Texas A&M. Woohoo! What's the best small investment gift I can give him? CD, HYSA, mutual fund, treasury bond, or gold? LOL. Gosh. The best gift you can give him, believe it or not, is the training to build his own wealth versus giving him the dollars. Yeah, the skills. Exactly. I wouldn't. Here's the thing. There's a chapter in the book. It's towards the end, and it is skill sets before assets. I don't want to give them money just as a gift and have them not know what to do with it, how to expand it, how to build it, how to build on it. And so my thinking is to sit back and say, here's what we do. Okay, this is self-serving, but here's what you do. You get them something that they have to go through. Maybe they have to go read my book when it comes out, okay? Once they've completed the book or they completed whatever training, so they have some skills, and they say that's what earns them this additional amount. And you'll give them, and what I would do at that point is say, here's what I'm going to do. Now, depending what he's doing, whether he's getting a job and he's got a 401k, an IRA, that kind of thing, you can put it into a high yield savings account and allow him to make some choices and decisions to put it into a brokerage account, into ETFs and index funds, or something like that. But I would make sure that he's got the skills first before and sees the necessity in getting in early and doing the things that matter. Okay. Send him the episode where I interviewed my son, and have him make sure that he listens to that. Cool. Great questions. Oh man. Jackie, you said something about the threshold. Are you talking about the taxability threshold? Which threshold were you referring to? The tax. Okay. So we have a standard deduction, which let me just look at it really quickly. 2024, just so I have it, $14,600 is the standard deduction in 2024. So the first $14,000 of income for a single individual will not get taxed. Okay, and so that's where we start to do what we call income shifting, to try and reduce taxes in doing that. But you also have the opportunity with the kids to instill values and value into them if you're going to pay them, where they start to understand that they have to use a portion of it for generosity. They have to put for giving, for saving, for investing, and for living. Okay. So you can help them do those allocations. And now they start to learn about money management. They learn about values. They learn about valuing what is good for them, what is really important. Start to reduce the immediate gratification kind of gene in their generational makeup, avoiding peer pressure and temptation. Now they can look at it and say, I have to make decisions because I can have anything I want, but I can't have all that I want at the same time. And so now they have to prioritize some things and say, oh, okay, I got to do this, I got to do that, and put some necessities in the game. So with Jeremy, part of it was he had to pay for his school lunches. He wasn't going to go hungry. So there was some necessities in there that he had to take care of with it. Granted, I was funding it anyways, but at any rate, I used it as a vehicle to communicate, to have conversations, and to build him from a financial responsibility standpoint. I love this idea, by the way. I think that it's a great thing to do. And we should be having these conversations earlier than later. In fact, one of the appendices in the books are conversation starters for our youth. And there's 2 segments of it. One is our teen youth and one is our younger youth. Also, there's another appendix in there for conversation starters for couples. So I love that you're doing this. And Chris thinking about it too. Yeah, I would skill him up, Chris. So great questions. All right. Other questions? Anything else coming up? Man, I missed a couple weeks because it's been so hectic with the book. I have done almost 30 interviews already, and I've got another 20 plus that I'm doing. I think I've got 9 this week. So I am on a tour right now. It is going to heat up for the next 4 weeks, and actually till the end of June. We're going to push and push and push. Those of you that pre-ordered, thank you. And there's still time to pre-order and get access to all the bonuses and gifts. But more importantly, you get a chance to join the team. You get a chance to join me on this journey and to become part of the crusade. And the crusade for me is to light the path for 1 million families to find the path of financial freedom, because I believe that is possible in everyone's lifetime. It may not be as easy for some people as it might be for others, but that doesn't mean it's impossible. So we can make it simple and make it and make it work. So, and I'd love to have you on the journey with me, and you become part of the team where we'll do some separate calls for the team where you can learn about all the book strategy that I'm doing, but also we have different conversations around your finances and give you some additional tools and stuff to make that happen. Can you volunteer at your... Oh, man, that would be fun. We haven't set up specific book signings, but we are going to probably do we're probably going to do a book tour after the book is out. So I will definitely... That would be so awesome to I want to meet y'all. In person. It'll be a blast. Here's how I'm looking at this. June 11th, the book comes out. June 11th is not the finish line. It's the starting line. It's the start of our journey together to take this and move this through financial freedom. It's the next decade of my life. We're going to be doing this a while. We're going to be doing this for fun. We're going to be changing the things that we want to do. So I think that's a cool thing to do. So, have you spoken with your friend America book distribution site that hosted her live online book signing? Tom, I'll get more information on that. I have spoken many times with Amy, but not specifically about that. And Amy and I have the same publisher, so. Missy, thank you so much. This means a lot. Is it because here's what I know. I know that I cannot do this on my own. And granted, okay, whether I hit the list or don't hit the list isn't the issue because the list, frankly, doesn't really do anything. My first book hit #1, Barnes and Noble, USA Today. I'm a #1 best-selling author. I don't need the title. I need the impact. The reason I kind of, after the cancer, came back to do the things I want to do is because I want to have the impact. I want to make a difference. And I want people to not struggle. I don't think we should be living in financial stress, yet 72% of people do. So I want to eliminate that. And if I can just make a little dent in it, then that's what I want to do. And that's, to me, it starts by having a conversation around money, and the opening volley of that conversation is the book. It'll be fun. It'll be fun. All right. Yeah, let's do this. It's been what a wild ride the past 5 years have been. Yeah, it certainly has. Yeah, and I want to openly teach it. Look, I'm not a financial advisor that's building a book of business, and I want a bunch of clients where I'm managing their funds and doing all of that. I just don't do that. I don't want to do that. I could have done it, and I can still do it, but that's not. I want to be an educator, a mentor, a guide, a coach, and I want to empower, educate, and equip people to take it on themselves and to have control. So, Jessica, quest away. Let me know. I've got a couple minutes before the top of the hour, before I have to go to another call. Let's see if I can help you out.
It's really, really quick. So my granddad and my mom are on the same account, and my granddad, for whatever reason, keeps putting his money in the account, and there's a whole lot of health issues going on with my grandma, and so the question she's trying to decide is, does she keep the account open or does she close it? And she doesn't want to because she's open for like 40 years, but yeah, we won't use his account. He can use it for accident.
You're cutting in and out, and I did not. What I'm gathering a little bit, is that he's putting money in the wrong account. Is that what I'm gathering? Jessica, I can't hear you.
Yeah.
Are you there?
Yep. Okay.
All right. So he's putting money in. Okay, so he's putting money in the wrong account. And what's the question around? How do you fix it? Are we talking about a lot of money?
Yeah. Close.
Okay. It's so you're cutting in and out, and I can't get the full thing. Mom is trying to decide whether to close the account. Well, so here's the challenge. Yes, I mean she can close the account, but where's he going to put the money next? But the bottom line is this: if he's putting a lot of money away, we can gift like $14,000 a year without any kind of gift tax element to it. But anything above that, he may have to file a gift tax return. I get that it's his money, but he's putting it in her account. Is he putting it in her account and expecting to get it back, or it's on accident? Well, does he thinks that it's his account. Well, all right. So what we need to do, he won't use the right card. Well, okay, I'm going to say something. I don't know the family dynamics there. How about we take away the card that he's using, so he only has the one card, which is the right card, and if he continues to do that, if he continues to put the money into the other account, we can just set up an automatic transfer. I mean, it's just a matter of cleaning it up is the bottom line. And I get it. When you have health issues, like I look at my mom, when you have health issues like that, it can be distracting. So what I would do is simplify it down and say, here's the card to use, here's the account to use, that's it, and everything. Here's my concern is if she closes the account, but he's trying to use the account, and then the money doesn't go anywhere, then it's in limbo. This is a family dynamic, but I'm going to throw something out there. Is there someone else that can take control of it other than uncle to fix it? I know that that's a tough one. So hurt her credit. It won't hurt. Why would it hurt her credit? So, okay. So the fact that it's going in her account isn't going to affect her credit at all. The only thing that's going to affect her credit if she's not paying, if she closes a bank account or a credit card. So the bank account won't affect her credit. Closing the credit card could affect her credit. Okay. So she doesn't necessarily need to close it. What she could do is reduce the limit on it so he can't use it very much. But I would just take the card away so he doesn't have it anymore. And that's it. It's a checking account. Then it won't affect her credit at all. It's not reported. Unless she's bouncing checks, it doesn't do anything. And a bouncing check is a felony. It's not I went over my credit limit and laid on a credit card. So it won't affect anything. Oh. I don't think she needs to worry about it. Yeah. All right, y'all. Oh my God, it was so good to be back. I've got another call at the top of the hour here for my master's group folks. So I got to jump to that. Remember this. We're just starting the journey. We're in the last 4 weeks of us moving towards the pub date of Building Your Money Machine. You can pre-order it. There are gifts and resources and access to me that other people will not get by pre-ordering. The idea here is this. I want you to get the book, but I don't want you to just get the book. I want you to do the book, and I want to help you do the book. And the way we're going to do that is with an implementation guide, book clubs, and some of the other things. Our journey will start on June 11th, and it doesn't finish on June 11th, and it won't finish for the rest of your life because your financial journey and your financial freedom journey will continue for all your days. And as you learn, I want you to disseminate the information so you are equipping, educating, and empowering your heirs, your generations, the people you love, so they can find financial independence. I think it's the greatest gift we can give each other is for us to become financially independent and for us to give our kids the ability to be financially independent. Missy says, anyone who hasn't pre-ordered the book, help me. Oh my God, you are so, thank you so much. Yeah, let's share it out. Let's have some fun. Let's make a difference and keep rocking and rolling. All right. All right, y'all. I'll see you on the next one. Watch for an email, watch for postings because my schedule is really crazy these next 4 weeks. But also, I've got a masterclass that's going to be next week, totally free, called Effortless Wealth. I'll send that out so y'all get access to it. And I have a summit right after the book launch, June 15th. I got some special guests coming on and all that stuff. So just know that I got a lot of stuff planned. We're going to be moving fast, doing some things. But the whole idea is to move you closer to financial freedom, to eliminate financial stress, to give you control of your money game forever. All right? Can't wait to see you, and I look forward to it. Cheers.